Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the story of Jade Empire. No commentary involved.
Nara earfonir wonu kanawa ofair kanawa wonu.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Akwakwak wo sosonia sonok fonia sisaya nawukuk. Uksair wak unanikiro. Nana wo nafak suno.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Koniok yowe kawaya wo kawaya watita osia kwanif nipawir. Pier uksayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawer sumpuno ko suir toerok. Ukir nekpo sise sayer wosayer nifuyer. Sisayer irfok woso no koso ayer ya. Sayer kanoa fwaranuer. Woyower apafawayer sisier sisitu tok. Woyer wakwak finir sier. Wo tawa yer kupir kawir nakawir iptuki.
Those pirates must be Gao the Greater's men. We know that he has holdings near here, and he has flyers.
Pier uksayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawer sumpuno ko suir toerok. Sisayer irfok woso no koso ayer ya. Sayer kanoa fwaranuer. Parwoyer astir wo sayer ithasaya wa kawir shir. Wo tawa yer kupir kawir nakawir iptuki. Wo nipir uksayer sisini nisayer vustap, wo ifuer uksunuk nokawayer. Ukir nekpo sise sayer wosayer nifuyer. Noni wowo sayer tar wowoir ignisaro kunkna. Noni wowo sayer tar wowoir ignisaro kunkna. Woyower apafawayer sisier sisitu tok. Woyer wakwak finir sier. Koniok yower kawaya wo kawaya watita osia kwanif nipawir.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place. What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you. Time to teach you all a lesson.
Legendary strike.
I was back at the camp when I heard the sounds of battle. I got here as fast as I could, though obviously I arrived too... Hui, what are you doing here?
It's been a long time, Zhu. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui. Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier, and I needed her help. There was a child, an orphan. I knew Hui could find a good home for her. She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation. I knew she would find a good home for her. She's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to worry about something that happened almost 20 years ago.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Zhu mentioned, my name is Hui. Tell me, young man, what is your master's name? I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready. I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The water dragon? The shepherd of the dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun High sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price. Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family executed.
Executed? Murdered? The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear.
You can trust Hui, so I don't think there's any reason for me to stick around. I'll be back at the camp if you need me.
Zhu is an honorable man. Not a good man, perhaps, but an honorable one. Now to your training. A brief description will reinforce in your mind the style you saw me use. Everything I say is at the behest of your master. These lessons were withheld so you would be ready for the attention they will bring. I must train you in Spirit Thief. Magic and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi, prolonging your ability to fight or ignore wounds. It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing time to recover even more. This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the tea house. We will talk of your master and more.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind. Although your company is always strange enemies, troubling... This tea house must be popular. It seems like quite a prominent structure.
Please excuse me. I know I shouldn't be crying in public like this, but I just can't help it. Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak to you. It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him wherever he goes. The beatings are getting worse. I'm terrified they're going to kill him. After I saw you take on those sailors, I thought, well... But there isn't! My poor Bay has done nothing to these men. They attack him for no reason at all. Please, you have to help him. I beg you. Thank you so much, kind sir. You don't know what this means to me. If our firstborn is a boy, he shall have your name. Bay is down at Beggar's Pier right now in the southeast corner of town. If you hurry, you can probably get there before the thugs attack him today.
You really shouldn't be here. Mr. Tay does not like others to observe him working. I can't speak with you. Mr. Tay is very strict with his apprentices. Everyone gets used to Mr. Tay's dishes eventually. They are very, complex. Mr. Tay keeps the kitchen well stocked with exotic ingredients. I'm sure they're all delicacies somewhere. You really shouldn't be here.
Who let you back here? It's bad enough I must work with incompetence. I don't need you walking through my kitchen. Do thugs like you think you can just walk back here for food any time? If I wanted human interaction, I'd have a kiosk in the square. Or maybe a trough.
Why a trough? Well, we don't feed the animals, Mr. Tay. That's handled by the farmers.
Step back, Mr. Wong. You just step back. A polite response from one of you strangers? Go on, don't waste your respect on me. I'm no high minister. I just cook. Me? There's nothing to know about me. I cook for ungrateful people who do not understand what good food is.
Your palate is very sophisticated, Mr. Tay. Some say your dishes are, acquired tastes.
No, I am quite certain that the problem is with the customers. If you wish to keep your position, Mr. Wong, you will smile and nod. Mr. Wong is here to cut the vegetables and heft the rice bags. His job does not include criticizing the menu. I am the head chef. He is nothing.
But I am learning. I will train hard to become the best chef I can.
There's a small chance he could become slightly more than nothing, but I've seen no sign of it as yet. Some people are heroes, some merely clap as heroes walk by. Then go walk around it. I do not waste my time collecting rumors. Everybody eats. That is all I need to know. The spirit world? You are talking about stories for children. I believe what I see. If I see it, it is real. Very simple. If you want some deeper discussion than that, go to a temple. Me, I will stay here and cook for the living. I hear stories just like everyone else, but they are always told by some scared farmer who wouldn't know the wind from a howl. I believe what I see. That's enough. Good. I need to concentrate on the menu. You want to eat, you'll leave me alone.
Things have never been easy in Tian's Landing. The Emperor doesn't care about us. That's why he sent someone like Shang. This town needs the river to survive. If someone doesn't close the dam, we're doomed. There are ghosts wandering the land. I won't leave my house after dark. Things have never been...
You're a stranger here, aren't you? I know everyone in Tian's Landing, and I've never seen you before. I would remember you. You should turn right around and leave this town. Trust me. I am Gufu, Great One. Some call me Gufu the Sweet, though I don't know why. I usually smell like the fish I sell. Perhaps they are making fun of me. But now, there are no fish to sell. I have lived in Tian's Landing all my life, but now I'm ashamed to say I wish I lived somewhere else. Everything in Tian's Landing is falling apart. Sheng, the local minister, is helpless to deal with all our troubles. You should get out while you can. You don't know? The Great Dam has been opened, and now the river's level has dropped. It's too low and fast to navigate. Without the river, we are nothing. The merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial City. The traders can't sell to the outside world. The men cannot fish, and our children go hungry. And if that wasn't bad enough, we have the pirates to worry about too. They've been raiding the countryside, taking prisoners to sell into slavery. The dam is downriver from us. When it was closed, it slowed the flow of the river, causing it to back up and the water level to rise. But with the dam open, the water drains away too quickly, and our river, the lifeblood of this town, has become a trickle. The river has no fish, and the ships can't navigate it. The dam was built nearly 20 years ago, causing the river to rise. Now the dam is open, and the river has fallen so low no ships can navigate it. Tian's Landing cannot survive without the river, but nobody in the town dares to go into the ruins to close the dam. The ruins are haunted with the spirits of the dead. It's bad luck to speak of such things. Old Wei in the town might tell you more. He's too old to care about ghosts and curses, but I have enough bad luck already. A generous offer, Great One, but the gate leading to the ruins is locked. If you want to close the dam, you'll have to get the key from Minister Sheng. I'm sure he'd be glad to give you a key to the gate. Nobody else will risk going into the ruins because of the ghosts. There's a road off to the right just beyond this tea house. Keep following it up until you reach the town square. Minister Sheng is usually there. Of course, Great One. I would be honored to answer whatever questions you may have. Airship? I have only heard of such things. Graceful ships that sail through the air? I've always longed to see one, but I'm just a simple peasant. Perhaps Minister Sheng would know something of this. He once lived in the Imperial City. I have heard the skies above it are filled with airships. You don't know? The Great Dam, the merchants can't buy... I wish I could help you, Great One, but I am only a humble peasant woman. All I know about pirates is to try and avoid them. Maybe Sheng knows more. I'm sure he'd do all he could to help you get rid of the pirates threatening the town. After all, he is our Imperial Minister. Of course. What is it you... I'm afraid I don't know, honored stranger. You should speak with Lishan the Talkative. If anyone would know the tale, he would. You could probably find him wandering around the town somewhere, wasting time and looking for people willing to listen to his stories. If you go around the side of the tea house, you'll see a path leading up to the town square, the highest point in Tian's Landing. What few goods the merchants have are for sale there. They have very little, however, since the town is cut off. Minister Sheng is the duly appointed minister for this region. He is trying to hold the town together as well as he can, but it is not easy. Take care of yourself, stranger, and be glad that you do not live in Tian's Landing.
Good, you're here. We can continue where we left off before.
You've got unfinished business with us first.
There are important matters at hand, yet you fellows keep interrupting. I'm surprised you're this eager to get another beating so soon.
This time we brought some friends to even up the odds.
Legendary strike. Legendary strike.
You certainly look like Lee's top student, though there's something odd about how you fight. I can't put my finger on it. It doesn't matter. The sailors won't bother us again. We can get back to business. Sun Lee gave me instructions to await you if anything should happen. I have prepared for this day for well over a decade. The full extent of what the glorious strategist knows is beyond my mind to comprehend. He is without peer. All I know is that I had instructions to wait for you. Sun Lee asked me to seek a piece of a special amulet he wanted you, his prize pupil, to have. It was broken apart and scattered when the Spirit Monk Temple fell. He intended to, and I assume he did, give the main piece to you. Rumor placed a smaller part with a fleeing apprentice monk, but it had been some years and the trail was cold. I eventually learned the monk had fled to Old Tien's Landing. He was there a year or so, but died of lingering injuries and was buried with his possessions unsorted. It was rushed at the time because the new dam was due to close and Old Tien's would become a watery tomb. The amulet was beyond reach, so I came here and waited. Now the Lotus assassins have drained the lake and exposed the ruins of Old Tien's Landing. It seems they are searching for this piece of the Spirit Monk amulet, too. The Emperor is privy to much. I don't know his motives, but any aid to you is likely a threat to him. You must go to the ruins and find the amulet piece meant for you. It is coming on 15 years now. As I said, I learned the location of the amulet after the monk died in Old Tien's. It has been difficult serving and waiting in silence. I choose to believe that my service was valuable and vital. You would have come here eventually. The amulet would draw you at least. My assignment is to give you information to help you acquire the amulet. I will gladly answer whatever questions I can. I only know that I had to find the piece I was tracking. I did so. It is in the ruins. You must find it before the Lotus assassins do. You will need it to help your master. The gates leading to the ruins are locked, but Minister Sheng can give you the key. You can find him in the town square, the highest point in Tien's Landing. I suspect the minister is eager to have someone investigate the opening of the Great Dam. You can use this as an excuse to get the key and explore the ruins. You are wise to ask. It is a difficult but essential skill to master. Spirit Thief is always useful. It is common to get run down or injured during battle, and you can tire yourself even further concentrating your chi to aid yourself. When you are feeling such a drain on your resources, switch to Spirit Thief, and each successful blow will restore you slightly. The drain will not hamper your opponent, however. If you power through an opponent's guard with its strongest attack, it can briefly immobilize an enemy. During this, you can concentrate and increase the restoration. If you use that time to attack with another style, be careful. Your opponent may not be as vulnerable as they seem, and one must never be overconfident of victory. My assignment is to... It is said that the water dragon is the shepherd of the dead and a symbol of life and restoration. Beyond that is philosophy and not for a soldier to know. As you see, I know little about the celestial powers. I knew less before Sun Li asked this service of me. I thought such beings were beyond physical assault. I was mistaken. I don't know how the attack was made or what blade could cut the heart from a god, but I do know that any man who would attempt such a plan is arrogant beyond imagining. I am unimportant, but I promised I would aid you as best I can, so ask your questions. There is little to tell. I served him years ago in the Imperial Army. I was a tracker and a soldier. I was not at Dirge when it fell, but I heard the tale of Sun Li's death. But I refused to believe he was dead. In time, my faith was confirmed. He sought me out and told me what really happened. I swore my loyalty to him on the spot. I revere him as a teacher, and I revere him. Even when he ordered me to distant lands, my loyalty never wavered. But I am tired. I long for an end to my service. Sun Li is a great man, driven by greater goals and ideals. Sometimes his gaze is lifted so high that he does not see what is right in front of him. We who serve him are sometimes forgotten, left to toil in obscurity until the time to act is thrust upon us. So it was with me, waiting for you. That would be a question for him, wouldn't it? I can only say that Sun Li devoted his life to raising you, to one day right the wrongs in the Jade Empire. If he wanted to keep some small part of his own life and thoughts for himself, who are you to question that? Everyone must have their private side. I cannot. I have done my part. I have given Sun Li my loyalty and devotion. Now I am empty. I have nothing left. I see an end to my long service. I welcome it. I will give you what guidance and information I can, but that is all I will do. Remember, go to the ruins and claim the amulet before the Lotus Assassins do. You will need it to survive the trials that lie ahead. You really shouldn't waste your time here in this tea house. The Lotus Assassins are searching the ruins for the missing piece of your amulet. You must find the pieces before they do.
Hello, young one. My name is Quan, but everyone calls me Old Mother Quan. I'd like you to call me that too, okay? Welcome to my tea house. Oh, that's not right. No, not anymore. Sorry about the confusion, dearie. What I meant to say was, welcome to Master Dutong's tea house. Oh, I steep the tea and help clean the tables when Yanwan gets too busy. Pretty much what I used to do back when I owned the place. I'm afraid you will have to wait your turn, dearie. Waitress Yanwan is very busy. I'm sure she'll get to you in time. Oh, poor girl. Master Dutong works her too hard. If I still owned this place, she'd get far more than the few coins he gives her each week. But I guess he's in charge now. Yes, I owned the tea house for many, many years. At least I thought I did. But then Master Dutong came to town with that imperial writ. Oh my, wasn't that a shock? Turns out his family owns this land. They have for hundreds of years. The land is his along with everything on it, so now he owns my tea house too. He was nice enough to let me stay on here as a helper. I steep the tea. Yanwan takes the orders, and Master Dutong, well, he mostly just drinks his wine. No one knew. This was just an empty patch of rock for hundreds of years. Who would have thought the Empire had deeded it to anyone? But Master Dutong came along with his writ. Now, why would I do such a thing? I can't even imagine anyone being so horrible they'd forge an imperial writ. No, I'm sure the land belongs to Master Dutong. That is very nice of you, my child, but what could you do? I would love to have my tea house back, but it belongs to Master Dutong now. You can't argue with an imperial writ. All this talk is just the rambling of an old woman. Put it out of your head and enjoy yourself. It may not be mine anymore, but this is still a fine tea house.
Hello, greetings, welcome. My name is Steeper Yanru, and I'll be... No, that's not right at all. Idiot! I'm Barkeep Yanru now, not Steeper Yanru. I'm sorry about that. I still can't get the hang of this new position. Sometimes I wish Old Mother Quan still owned the tea house so things could go back to the way they were. Old Mother Quan used to run the place until Dutong bought it. Well, buy isn't quite right. It's complicated. Talk to Mother Quan if you want the whole story. I used to steep the tea here. They called me Steeper Yanru. But now Dutong says I'm going to be the new barkeep. I'll have to give out advice and wine in equal doses. I shouldn't speak ill of my boss, but I don't trust him. Maybe it's because he's not from the town. He just showed up one day with that imperial writ and took over. That imperial writ has caused us no amount of grief. Mother Quan lost her tea house. Waitress Yanwan is busier than ever, and I spend all day giving out foolish advice. Mother Quan saw it, though her eyes aren't too good. Most of us didn't bother to give it a look since hardly anyone in the town can read anyway. What? You mean it wasn't real? That means Mother Quan should still own the tea house. Problem is, Dutong's already shown everyone the writ and now he's got it locked away. If you're right, he'd never bring it out again. There's no way to prove he cheated, Mother Quan. That might work. It would probably help if you get him drunk first. That's something I can help you with. Dutong's always having me send over wine. Usually I mix it with water so he doesn't get too drunk too fast, but I could start sending it to him unmixed. It won't be quite that easy. I've watched Dutong for quite a while, and when he's drinking, he usually goes through 3 stages of drunkenness. Dutong gets very friendly when he starts to drink. You might get a confession out of him then, but I doubt it. He's not really all that drunk at that stage. Usually after about 7 bowls, he slips into depression and sorrow. He complains about how his life is worthless and what a bad and sinful man he is. Not a pretty sight. By the 9th glass, he starts to get paranoid. You can't really talk to him then. Usually around that time, I try to slip a restorative potion into his glass to sober him up. The restorative tastes pretty foul, but it does the job. Works instantly and makes a man sober as an imperial judge. Dutong's guard keeps a vial handy at all times, just in case. The guard gave me a few vials so I could slip them into Dutong's wine when he starts to get paranoid. Keeps him from getting out of hand. Good, good. Go speak to Dutong. If he's not drunk enough, or if he's too drunk, come back and see me and I'll mix him up another drink. We'll get him to admit he's a cheat and a sneak. Then old Mother Quan will be back in charge, and I won't ever have to give out another bit of bad advice.
I hoped Minister Shang had come here looking for a wife, but all he wants is to get back to the Imperial City. Old Mother Quan has nothing now. She should have grabbed herself a husband when she had the chance. I thought one of the sailors trapped here might make a good husband, but they're just a bunch of drunks. I hoped Minister...
If Three Sheets keeps running this place so poorly, he's going to lose his customers. My cousin disappeared last month. Nobody knows for sure, but I bet the pirates took him. If Shang doesn't do something about those sailors soon, they'll overrun the whole town. I know he's an Imperial minister, but if you ask me, Shang is completely incompetent. If Three Sheets keeps running...
I've heard pirates are raiding the outlying villages. I wonder if they'll attack Tian's Landing. This place is too crowded with all these sailors here. I heard the ruins are haunted by the ghosts of those that died in the flood. This tea house has gone downhill ever since Three Sheets Dutong took over. I've heard pirates...
Nik jawir fuir, uksun puno sui uir su ukut. Girufir ikunir nioki yir washinir. Kersun si yir so yir Europa ni wosa yira wo yawir. Wo no wir ir fuir uksun work funir so yir irfug. Nik jawir fuir.
I may be drunk, but that doesn't mean I am a drunk, because I'm not. Well, just a little bit. But I'm brave, too. I'm going to go close the Great Dam and save the town. I'll be a hero. That'll show 'em. Well, that'll show 'em all. I just need another drink to get my courage up. Wine! Someone bring me more wine!
You've been saying that for 3 days, Rue. Minister Shang's already looking for other people to close the dam, and you'll look a fool after all your boasts.
I doubt that man could open a door, never mind a dam.
I may be...
Those sailors are the worst. They're rude and crude, and they don't keep their hands to themselves. Look at all these people, and I'm the only server in the place. If Dutong doesn't start running things better, I'm going to quit. I swear, if one more person complains about how long it takes to get their order, I'm going to quit. Those sailors are the worst. They're rude and crude.
Captain Ing says we can't come to the tea house, but I don't listen to him anymore. You bringing me a drink? No. Then go away. That waitress is a fine-looking wench, ain't she? He doesn't like sailors much, though. Stuck in this backwater town, and the place doesn't even have a decent tavern. Ing better figure out a way to get our ship back on the water quick, or I'm gonna snap. You're no villager. You stuck here too? Nothing worse than being trapped in a dead-end village like this. Captain Ing says we... You bringing me... Look at these town folk glaring at us. It ain't our fault we're stuck here.
I heard the ruins are haunted by the ghosts of those who died in the flood. Dutong claims he's going to turn this tea house into a tavern. Can't see the difference myself. If it wasn't for the pirates, I'd have left long ago, but I don't want to get caught and sold into slavery. I heard the ruins are haunted by the ghosts of those who died in the flood. Dutong...
I thought those sailors might have a job for me, but they'll only pay a girl for one thing, and I'm not interested. They say the ruins are haunted. I wonder if it's true. I asked Dutong for a job, but he's too cheap to pay for more than one waitress. I thought those sailors might...
Do you mind? I'm in no mood for company given my present state of despondency. My name is Yaru, though some of the locals disparagingly refer to me as Yaru the Sailor. You see, I am predisposed to seasickness, ergo I despise the water. Yet I suffer their verbal slings and arrows with nary a complaint. It is just one more misfortune to pile atop the great heap that buries me in misery. I am at the stage of my life in which I long for companionship, a wife with intellect and refinement comparable but just slightly inferior to my own. Unfortunately, this town presents scant opportunity for a suitable match. Seamstresses, barmaids, peasants. I may as well marry the harlots selling themselves in the street. Or perhaps everyone else's standards are far too low. I shall not allow myself to be saddled with a marriage of convenience, not when I deserve so much more. I understand your desire to seek elucidation from one whose vocabulary is elevated above the grunts and squawks of the general rabble inhabiting this town. However, I'm in no mood to converse with you, not while my heart bears the weight of my great burden. Farewell. Perhaps we shall speak again, if you ever tire of the braying and neighing of these barnyard animals.
Leave Zhang alone!
Zhang, you can't stay up here forever. This isn't your home. You need to come back with me to the farm.
No! Zhang not want to go home. Zhang doesn't want to see orcs.
It wasn't your fault. It was an accident. I need you back at the farm. Now let's go, Zhang.
No! Leave Zhang alone, or Zhang get angry and smash things!
No. Please don't, Jean. I'll just go over here and leave you alone. What? Oh, hello there. Don't let Jean bother you. He's really quite harmless. He's just a little upset right now. I am Dong Ping, Zhong's employer. Zhong works on my farm, but the other day he accidentally killed one of my oxen, and since then he has refused to come back. Some of the patrons here are unnerved by his size. I'm worried that if he doesn't leave with me soon, the owners may take matters into their own hands. If he gets hurt, or worse, I'll be ruined. I can't run the farm without him, but I don't know what else to do. He won't listen to me. You will? I must warn you. Zhong is, well, he is very strong-willed and very strong. I am grateful for your help, but please, be careful. Zhong the ox carrier came by his name honestly. I would hate to see him hurt you, or anybody else for that matter. Speak softly to him, and you should be okay.
Go away. Zhang not want to speak to you. Zhang kill ox. Zhang too strong, too rough with ox. Zhang not want to hurt ox. Zhang only playing. Now Zhang cries for ox. Ox like to play with Zhang. Ox like it when Zhang throw her in the air and catch her. Zhang missed. Zhang dropped Ox on her head. Ox is dead. Ox was Zhang's friend. Zhang killed a friend and now Zhang is bad. Master already have another ox. Poor ox. Zhang killed Ox's sister. Now Ox won't like Zhang anymore. Yes! Master needs my muscle. How else will he get second ox in bath? You have been nice to Zhang. Zhang liked you. Zhang hope you have good day.
Thank you so much. I was at my wit's end. You've done me a great service today. Come, Zhang. Let's go home.
Zhang coming. Zhang go home now.
Thank you for getting rid of that thing. Business is bad enough without that ogre scaring away my customers. Here's a little something to thank you. It's not much, but it's about all I can afford these days.
Can't you just leave an old man in peace? Sorry doesn't count for much. Sorry can't erase our mistakes. Sorry can't change the past. Nothing. It's not important. Not anymore. Just leave me alone. Can't you just leave an old man in peace? I'm nobody important. Nobody at all. And I have nothing to say to you.
Wosansiaso no go boko. Wokupketita sumpono, sukokot awokatia, wonofatasea. Niwupa ia kupusa ia awath kraka ia nano uksaro isowak nikano wo napia shathia uko. Piat shathia kraka ia nano uksaro wo nofatasea. Ika kahia wo noka kike ia wo shathia oka uki ia ayayuya wai. Wo so awi ia ni tu wo uksumpuno. Piat shathia kraka ia nano uksaro wo nofatasea. Wasrafno sositu noko ota napia ifa ia ok. Kutkosi wiwa ia wo nova ia ifa wia okta wikino. Wo noa ia sususatia sonsifonia sonsi ifok. Wo kupketita sumpono sathwak.
Look at these.
Dutong says he hired me because I'm big as an ox and just as smart. I'm watching you. Don't try anything funny. Dutong doesn't pay me anything right now, but next week he's going to double that. Dutong says he hired me because...
If you want tea, have a seat. The serving girl will be by directly if I don't fire her first, the useless wench. I should have replaced her the day I took over this tea house. I am Three Sheets Dutong, proud owner of this quaint little tea house. I recently acquired it from old Mother Kwan, the elderly lady steeping tea over there in the corner.
You want me to throw this troublemaker out in the street, boss?
Don't be stupid. You saw what this man did to those sailors. He'd leave you broken and bleeding on the floor, and I have no one to clean up the mess. Forgive my guard. His intentions are good, but he's a bit slow on the uptake. I'd love to answer your questions, but that would interrupt my drinking. I'm afraid that isn't acceptable. Yes, good. Go away. I haven't even started to feel the effects of my wine yet, and you're already giving me a headache.
You should speak to Dutong. See if you can get him to confess to... No problem. We have two sorts of wine here. Peasant's wine and Imperial Seasoned Spirits. The peasant's wine is pretty weak, but that's usually what Dutong drinks. The Imperial Seasoned Spirits are a lot stronger. One bowl of that is worth 3 bowls of peasant's wine. And if Dutong gets too drunk, I have the restorative to sober him up. One drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you? Good, good. Go speak to... We'll get him to admit he's...
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Master Dutong's tea house. What can I do for you, my friend? The writ? Why waste time on such a dry and boring subject, my friend? Can't you see the drink is flowing? Look at how busy my tea house is. Isn't it glorious? Put the writ out of your mind and join the party. Mingle. Enjoy yourself. Everybody should have a good time at Master Dutong's tea house.
You should speak to Dutong. See if you can get... One drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you? Good. We'll get him.
What do you want? You come to mock me? Come to laugh at the tragedy that is the life of Three Sheets Dutong? No, not the writ. Let's not talk about that. It's my secret shame. Just the thought of that writ brings tears to my eyes. It tears at my poor, miserable soul. Yeah, you're a good friend. I could trust you. You'll understand. Oh, I'm a despicable person. A bad man. The writ, it's a fake. A forgery. I made it all up!
Boss, what are you saying? I better sober you up.
Oh, I hate that restorative potion. Oh, that stuff tastes like vomit baked in a glaze of goat hair and garnished with a sprinkling of horse dung. And now I have the strangest memory, as if oh no. Did I say anything to you, stranger? Anything about, I don't know, an imperial writ? What? No, I never said any such thing.
I heard what you said, Dutong. I knew you cheated Mother Quan out of this place, and now we have proof. You can't get out of this now.
Ah, I see what you're after. Oh yes, Three Sheets Dutong was not born yesterday, or the day before that. Indeed, we are speaking the language of commerce. I will give you a great deal of silver to keep this little secret from getting out. Lots of silver for both of you, if you keep quiet about this.
I don't know, Dutong. I could really use the silver, but Mother Quan is such a nice old lady, I'm just not sure what to do. Right, of course. What was I thinking? Old Mother Quan's a good woman. She deserves to have her tea house back.
Boss, people aren't gonna like us when they find out what you did. Maybe we should get out of here.
That's the smartest thing you've said since I hired you. Let's go.
Well done. It'll be nice to have old Mother back in charge again. You should tell Mother Quan she got her tea house back. Now things can go back to the way they were.
I knew you would make the right choice. We share the same master, and he taught us both well.
Hello again, dearie. I hope you're having a nice time here in in Master Dutong's tea house. A forgery, are you certain? That scoundrel! No wonder he left here so fast. Cheating an old woman out of her hard-earned living, the very nerve. People, listen to me. Master Dutong has left, for good. And thanks to this brave young man here, the tea house is mine again.
Hooray for Mother Quan! Her tea house is back in business!
You've given me back the only thing I ever cared about, and you've done a service for this town, too. I'm going to turn this place back into a respectable quality tea house. I don't have much. The only reward I can offer is my humble thanks. That and a promise that you will always be welcome here at Old Mother Quan's.
Praise the Emperor! Old Mother Kwan is back in charge, and I'm back steeping tea where I belong. No more giving out bad advice for me. Praise the Emperor!
My hero returns. Remember, you're always welcome in this tea house, as long as Old Mother Kwan is around.
With old Mother Kwan back in charge, I can finally get a good cup of tea again. I've heard pirates are raiding...
I know he's an Imperial.
You did a good thing helping Old Mother Kwan out. We're all grateful. I thought one of the...
Things are so much better now. Only Old Mother knows how to run this place right. Those sailors are the... You've been...
I don't...
Captain Ing said... You bringing...
I heard...
I wonder if Mother Kwan is looking to hire another waitress. I bet she'd pay me a decent wage.
Wo son cierto no go boko. Kut kosi wiwa ya, wo nova ya, ifa wo. Ni wupa ya kupu sa ya, wath kraka ya, nano uksaro iso wak nikano wo napia shatia uko. Wo nova ya sususatia son sifonia sonsi ifo. Ia. Wo ia kukwania sinia ia. Pia shatia kraka ia nano uksaro wo nofatasiya. Noko wo ifawia ok kun one wipifia. Ika kahia wo noka kike ia wo shathia oka uki ia ayayuya wasrafno sositu noko ota napia ifa ia ok. Wo kupketita sumpono sukokot awokatia wo nofatasiya. Ni wo sosawa ia wak tasi no ni nano yota napia ifa ia ok. Kut kosi wiwa ia wo nova ia ifa wia oka wikino. Tofara ia wo sa ia wo koko kapikita wo sa ia sawa fonia ok. Okniko fia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yok yo wea sonsi ya wo yo wea. Piershat uk ni uksa ia sumpuno kahon wo ushashia uksa hiaka. Wo kuketita sumpono sukokot awokatia wo nofatasiya. Ia. Wo ia kukwania sinia ia. Ika kahia wo noka kike ia wo shathia oka uki ia ayayuya wai. Ni wo sosawa ia wak tasi no ni nano yota napia. Noko wo ifawia ok kun one wipifia. Vosoawi ami tuvo uksumpuno.
Utatsa ya okayowe ya fonia sisa ya trusta pafawe ya towia.